Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Today we are going to take a look at another Summit Collection figure. If you can recall, I recently reviewed the Summit Collection Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, they actually also have quite a long line of Summit Collection baby dinosaurs, and I thought a lot of them looked really cool in the promotional images on their website that I had seen, so I did order a few, and we're going to begin with this one. Unfortunately, the only downside really is that I don't know exactly what species it is meant to portray, as they don't associate a title as far as what species it is with the listing on the website or on the box that it came in. It's just kind of a dinosaur baby, so you can pretty much take this as however you would like and whatever species you would like it to be. But personally, again, at first glance, I think it is extremely nice looking, just like the Tyrannosaurus Rex was. This is another really cool looking Summit Collection figure, and it absolutely has a beautiful shine to it, a very realistic shine. Being a dinosaur that's just hatching out of an egg, you would expect it to have that kind of wet look, as it is just, again, hatching right here, so it's definitely going to have that kind of wet look to it, and they've perfectly portrayed that here throughout this entire thing. And you can see it's not like the whole thing, just the dinosaur has that wet look, but the egg and the shell and everything looks very nice and very realistic, exactly how an egg would look, but the baby itself has that very realistic appearance to it, exactly how a baby dinosaur would look as well while hatching. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at this right now. So starting up here at the head sculpt of the baby dinosaur, you can see some really nicely done detailing here all over the head sculpt of the dinosaur. And you can also probably take note to the fact, first of all, it's a really nice greenish color, but they've kind of given it like a darker green wash, which brings all the detail out in absolutely beautiful fashion. Every ounce of detail on this dinosaur is really nicely brought to life thanks to that nice dark wash that they've delivered on this figure, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous thanks to that nice dark wash. But again, you can see the head is absolutely covered in really beautiful scales and really nicely different sized scales. You can see the lower jaw has like a lot of really nice, very fine, smaller scaling, but then as you move up into the head, it kind of picks up some larger scales right here that run up over the eyebrow area, and then some very large scales up here on the top of the head, almost like a scoot-like appearance down the middle of the head. Very reptilian of this figure and really cool looking overall. You can also see the nostrils sculpted out right there. You can see that they've applied like a nice dark paint around the eye. Again, a nice blackish coloration to really elaborate the eye. You can see the eye here of the dinosaur is painted yellow, but there's like some tones of color, almost like some browns that they've included, and they've done this on both sides to really give it just some color variation to the eye. The eyes do have a slit-like appearance to them, so it kind of makes it look like it's almost like a scaly raptor sort of hatching from here. But again, with no actual title associated with this, we don't know for sure, but you can see how cool it looks inside the egg. You can see how like the tail is kind of bunched up, and again, it's in a very realistic position. Being scrunched in an egg, dinosaurs would probably have come out in all kinds of positions like this, and I think it's really nicely done as far as the positioning of the body and everything goes. As we lead back into the neck, again, some more really nice scales, almost like osteoderm-like scales here, and then some beautiful like scoot-like scales that run down the top of the head and down into the neck. And you can see a really nice twisting of the neck displayed right there as far as the sculpting and the portraying of the skin. It's very realistically done, and I think they have perfectly captured the movement of the dinosaur with the head kind of twisted back the way it is right there in the sculpting of this. You can also see the underside and the throat area of the dinosaur looks very nice. Again, that dark wash has brought that detail out so beautifully. Even the underside of the lower jaw is very highly detailed. Coming back up here into the body, once again, you can see some really nice twisting of the skin. Again, due to the dinosaur having its neck turned so sharply, you would expect to see that type of detailing there of the skin going on, and it looks really nice. You can get back here into the front arm, sort of see some of those larger scales as we move down here. You can see the hand coming out and leaning over the side of the egg, and that as well looks extremely nice as far as the detailing and sculpting. It is beautiful. Very nicely painted nails, kind of hanging over the side here of both hands, and again, they are also given that very nice gloss, so everything as far as the dinosaur goes genuinely has that really nice wet look. You can see the one leg here sticking up, as well as some very fine scales on that leg and some nice scoots that run down the leg as well. And then you can make out some areas of the back, some really nice scale work up there. If we come around here, you can again see more of the dinosaur, sort of that front arm and everything there, and some more area of the back showing a little bit as far as the really beautiful sculpt work. And you can also in general see some of the areas inside the egg, which the inside of the egg really has that very realistic appearance to it, having that look of like the egg shine and everything in there. And just in general, the way they've sculpted it out looks pretty much exactly like it would have probably looked in real life. So the dinosaur itself is absolutely beautiful as far as the sculpting and the detailing goes. And the egg, again, looks really good. You can see it's very nicely sculpted as far as the detailing of the egg. It really genuinely looks like a real egg, especially if you look at it from over here. It really is nicely sculpted, nicely painted, has beautiful cracks and stuff going on as the dinosaur, of course, is pushing out of the egg, causing all those cracks to appear. But it's very realistically painted. Kind of looks like it's been given a nice dark wash and then kind of dry brushed over with this beautiful white coloration. So the egg and the dinosaur itself are both extremely realistic looking and beautiful for sure. As far as a size goes on our little dinosaur egg here, you can see for a length, you were looking at somewhere in the 4.5-inch range or around 11 centimeters, and for a height from the ground up about 4 inches or 10 centimeters. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon next to our little dinosaur hatchling here. But I say little, you can also see that it does actually sport some pretty darn good size. Being a hatchling, it's a very large hatchling here, and you should absolutely be able to tell that next to these three figures here, especially the Papo Rex is a pretty big figure himself. So for this little baby dinosaur to be as large as it is, again, next to the Papo Rex, you know it has some pretty decent size to it. So this dinosaur hatchling from the Summit Collection is another really cool release. I am very, very impressed overall by the quality here of the Summit Collection figures that I have to look at. This is 2 for 2 as far as I'm concerned. Both really nice looking figures, and I really love just the amount of realism that they've displayed with this one here, with that, again, very nice wet look to it, that very nice kind of gloss coat that they've given the dinosaur itself, looking like it is exactly doing what it's portrayed to be doing here, and that's hatching from an egg. It would come out having that really nice wet look, and it is perfect, picture perfect here on this figure in person. So the overall realism of this figure is pretty much off the charts. Even looking inside the egg, again, it looks pretty much exactly like what I would imagine the inside of a dinosaur's egg would look like in the process of a hatching dinosaur, having that really nice wet look and just sort of having like that yolky type of a look to the inside. It does look very, very realistic overall. The sculpting of the dinosaur is incredible as well. The scales are beautiful all over the figure. There is just a ton of detailing to be found in every area of the dinosaur that is showing, and it is really nicely and very carefully painted. Even the nails themselves look to be really nicely painted, so there's a lot of care that goes into the Summit Collection figures, and you can really see that here with this release specifically. But again, the sculpting of the dinosaur is fantastic, and all of that beautiful sculpt is beautifully brought out with a really nice dark wash, and I love anytime a company uses a dark wash, and Summit Collection has used it perfectly here on this figure. And the actual paint application on top of that nice dark wash is very nicely done as well. You have a beautiful green on the dinosaur overall with a nice light green there in the neck. And you don't really have too much more going on aside from some darker coloration around the eyes, but the overall body color has like variations of color to it thanks to that dark wash. So it really does, again, look very realistic, very reptilian, and I really like the overall sculpting and painting of this figure. The egg itself, as far as the outside, is very realistically done and quite beautiful as well. And also painted really nicely, again, very realistically. It really genuinely looks like a real egg on top of having a real looking dinosaur kind of hatching out of it. So this set is definitely an awesome one as far as these Summit Collection figures go. Again, 2 for 2 as far as these figures, and I think both of these so far, the Tyrannosaurus and now this hatchling, have been awesome. So if you would like to pick this up, I will include a link in the description for you to do just that on the Summit Collection website. So make sure you go down to the description after this video is over, click that link, head over to the Summit Collection website, pick up this or any other dinosaur figures you can find on that website, and make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.